There's like a range of courses on offer here within psychology, so you've got a lot of choice which kind of stream you want to take.
It's a really good course. I really love the vibe here. Everyone's really friendly as well. Everyone just helps you out and it's really easy to make friends.
It's pretty much like a whole community.
A lot of flexibility as well about what sort of areas you want to study in or what your sort of passions are. Yeah.
It's very exciting because you're doing very practical stuff and you're in the lab.
Lab classes are really fun.
And we also have forums on the internet where you can put up questions that you have about assignments or any of the lecture material.
Psychology is the scientific study of human and animal behaviour. Psychology is a science because it uses the scientific method as well as using all of the evidence that it's gathered from its scientific investigations to apply to change human behaviour. Psychology has two arms. It is both a discipline, like mathematics or geography, and also a practice, much like law or medicine. And as a result, the science underlying psychology is used to inform the practice. We consider this to be the most important thing psychology has to offer, evidence-based practice. Psychology can be broken down into many different specializations. Here at the Trobe we have specialists in many of these areas.
My area of psychology is behavioral neuroscience, which is essentially the study of how the brain affects behavior and how behavior affects the brain.
And neuropsychology is really about the relationship between the brain and particularly disorders of the brain and how that affects your memory and your thinking.
I work in performance psychology and that applies to work settings, so helping people improve their performance at work, and also in sporting settings, so helping people improve their sporting performance.
But working with not just the models of neuropsychology, but also in terms of the translation of that to everyday life.
How that all comes together from the time the young child is born to how that little person becomes a fully functioning, well-rounded, successful adult.
As you can see, psychology is very diverse, and the place to begin is with your undergraduate degree.
First year in psychology starts off with a lot of information about the brain and behaviour, as well as cognition, understanding of memory, the way the brain is organised. Second year concentrates on a lot of electives in abnormal psychology, psychological disorders and psychological problems. Also look at health behaviours, how to promote good health, how to understand why people make good and bad choices, what motivates people in their everyday life. You get to third year and actually start to do your own research and hopefully be able to contribute to the knowledge in the discipline. It's important to understand scientific research methods and statistics. They form the basis of evidence-based practice, which if you decide to go on to be a psychologist is the foundation of what you will do. So the study of psychology doesn't only lead up to you being a psychologist. There are a lot more opportunities out there and most things we do in life involve an understanding of the brain and behaviour.
After finishing your undergraduate degree, you have a number of options available to you. First, you'll be qualified to take on a number of careers, such as roles in the public sector or in recruitment or in personnel, in clinical and personal service organisations, case management and support, such as in drug or alcohol facilities, the support services, rehabilitation environments, and as a teacher of psychology after you've completed a teaching qualification. Or you can go on to continue studying to become a clinical psychologist or even a psychological researcher, like many of the people we've introduced to you.
I wanted to become a clinical neuropsych because I like working with people and interacting with people. Through the undergraduate years I needed to have a B average to be able to get into the fourth year honours course, and that involved doing an independent research project. And now I'm doing my doctorate in clinical neuropsych, and that involves a combination of coursework and placement and research. It's teaching you like the knowledge and skills that you'll need to work as a clinical neuropsych. And then the placement backs that up because you get to go into different settings and build your skills. So you work with people of all different ages and all different backgrounds and experiences, mainly assessments or in rehab or as a researcher and academic in private practice or in public setting like a hospital. So it's got a lot of opportunities at the end of it.
Psychology is the prince of sciences. It runs a domain from molecular biology through biochemistry to physiology, And from economics through to sociology and history, it also has the benefit of being both a discipline and a practice. This allows us to both describe and understand the behaviour that we'd hope to study, but also to change it, to allow us to make the world a better place.